presented by Spotify. Fresh vibes, real talk.
Let's get started, shall we?
Yeah.
Hey, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, boy howdy. Welcome back to another exciting episode of Coffee Talk, powered and presented by Spotify. And of course, this is Coffee Talk in the evening. I'm your gracious, highly favorite and podcast host, K.L.P. Kennedy Lucas. And I want to say thank you guys so very much for staying tuned with the content. Of course, we have a lot of great content coming out this week. It's only Tuesday, so we're rushing these things out. But we got Ned McCain episode 4 coming out. We've got What Had Happened Was new episode coming out this week. Of course, this episode today. And of course, we're going to do another Coffee Talk later within the week. So we hope that everyone enjoyed it. What you can see as of right now, of course, you're watching the podcast, but you guys can also check out the Kennedy Lucas Lift Mindset podcast. Let me tell you guys something. I worked really hard for putting that show together, and I love it. I love every second of it. I love that I'm able to express myself when it comes down to me doing a workout and fitness and talking and just talking about just random crap. I just talk about random stuff. So I just want to say thank you guys so very much for tuning into Kennedy Lucas Lift Mindset podcast. That is just another podcast that is just you. We have the DJI Pocket 3. We set it up. We put the mic on my shirt and then we talk and we just have fun. And that show comes out almost every weekend. I know I took a break from it from last weekend because I had to do an interview. I had other things going on that last weekend, but last weekend rather. But this last weekend we were able to squeeze out an episode and we had a great time. And we have a great time. As you guys can see, I got a little bit more swole nowadays. So I just want to say thank you guys so very much. We have a packed show for y'all tonight. And I'm blessed. I'm highly favored to be doing this thing called Coffee Talk. And of course, we've got, Hope. And then I got my guy, the pun intended, my guy. Guy is listening to the show as well. And I just got to say, first and foremost, before we get to the nitty and gritty of the show, this is a thing I want to start doing for Coffee Talk, right? Coffee Talk presented by Spotify. Cheers. Although this is tea, I'm kind of cheating because I can't call this tea talk with presented by Spotify. Do I drink coffee on occasion? Not as much because unless it's kind of dairy free and I just kind of get it with milk or something. I am drinking tea nowadays. It's the throat coating tea, and a lot of people ask me what tea is that. Basically, what that is, it kind of coats your throat. If you guys know, you know. I just came about a month ago now, or a little bit, about a month ago now. I had what you call acute thyroiditis, and my throat was hurting and it was inflamed. So one thing that I started drinking is a little bit more of tea and throat cleansing tea. And what it is, it kind of coats your throat and soften your throat so things like thyroiditis doesn't happen. So shout out. It's still I'm putting tea in this coffee talk, right? So I want to say thank y'all so very much. We've had so many great things coming out. Like I said, the show, and of course our new single. I'm in a band, ladies and gentlemen, if you don't know. I'm in a rock and roll band called Avery, presented by K.L.P Music. Of course, this week, I believe it's this Thursday, we're going to be having a new single called Go Crazy. Is going to be fantastic. And what I am doing in that band is I'm really just producing it. I've got, our lead singer, of course. We've got so many great artists and talented artists that are a part of this band. And the Craig brothers, shout out to the Craig brothers. Jason. Jason is one of our lead singers. You'll hear more of him when you got it. You got Ava. Shout out to Ava. You got Brandon that's in this band as well. So basically, what I'm doing is just kind of producing. I'm in the band, but I'm more producing the music. I cannot sing that well anymore, right? I used to be able to. I could still do some harmonies, right? Me and Dravion did an album, but since I had the thyroiditis thing, my throat's been kind of a little funky lately. So I'm just mainly producing, and I think I'm just gonna stick into the producing lane because I like producing music rather than singing and making music, in my humble opinion. So we hope that you guys like this direction we're taking in. It's something I wanted to do. I always wanted to be in a rock and roll band. I always wanted to do rock music, and now I feel like it's the perfect time. I will say this: we do have more music from Avery coming. Hint, 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 hint. We got an album coming. Hint, hint. This is not just a single. It's not one and done. We got something cooking for y'all, for my rock and roll people. So very, very exciting. Great, exciting times when it comes down to it. I do want to say, although we have some great, exciting times, I do want to talk about some heavy times that we're having lately. And it's very interesting because we've been having a lot of weird deaths these past few weeks. And of course, me and Evelyn, we're going to talk a little bit more about Miss Hayden Panettiere this coming week on What Had Happened Was podcast. If you guys know, you know, we've noticed, we know that Hayden Panettiere died, I want to say last week. And it was very, very sad for us millennials, right? Because we grew up watching her in Ice Princess and bringing on the second one. When I first saw Hayden Panettiere, my first movie was Bring It Up, but then it was also I Love You, Beth Cooper, right? So, and then of course, obviously, she played Juliet Barnes in Nashville, another favorite show of mine. And then also she's she played Kirby in Scream. So I am very, very sad about that one. And then today, because we saw it all over social media and news outlets today, another weird death. Dolly Parton died today at the age of 80. Very, very, very sad. Now, it has been said that Dolly Parton has been sick. She's been a little bit ill, so maybe it kind of ties into her sickness, but these folks, they're dying, right? And I only say that to say, because we're not going to talk about deaths on the show, because this is supposed to be a happy lift up podcast, but I do want to say that for everyone who still have family members, brothers, sisters, mothers, fathers, uncles, grandparents, check in on your folks, because you just never know when somebody's going through something. You never know when somebody is sick and not feeling well. And it's not something that, of course, God's doing. God is bringing them home, right? Because they're no longer hurting into heaven, right? But I say that to say, check in on your folks, because if you don't check in on your folks, you just never know. So I gotta say, check in on them. Check in. So I just got to say it. I just want to make sure that people know about it. It's just been heavy. I do say to a lot of people on the show tonight, you know, if you are needing to seek some mental health, and not because of, you know, some people are probably having a mental breakdown right now because of Dolly Parton's passing, because the OGs know Dolly Parton and she's like the OG queen of country music. So I get it, but the world is heavy right now. So I do say to everybody, if you need professional mental help, go seek somebody, a doctor, a therapist. This is not a sponsor for BetterHelp.com, but, you know, go seek these people out, because it's very, very important that your mental health is there, right? I had some mental health issues about a month ago. And then I had not a breakdown, but I had like a moment a few weeks back, right? So now I'm better now, but, you know, I seek my therapist, right? I seek people to talk to vent to, and to kind of clear my head. And also going to church and prayer helps with my mental health as well. So I just got to say that to say that folks, check in on your folks, right? Okay, so we're picking the show back up. We're lifting it back up, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. Very, very exciting as my phone dropped on the floor. So we got some great things that we're going to talk about. I do have a juicy conversation towards the end of this segment, but I wanted to give you guys my must-watch list. Now, I have been watching quite a few things, right? The first thing that I've been watching, which I don't think I'm going to review because it's a documentary, so it's not really much to review. They kind of just telling the story. I renewed my Netflix. I did renew Netflix. Now, Netflix, they got some good shows on there. I went ahead and renewed my Netflix because there's a lot of great shows that's coming out. There's a lot of great movies that are coming out. And I hate to say, because I always picked on Tyler Perry, right? But Why Did I Get Married Again is coming out in September. And the first two movies of Why Did I Get Married was great, right? I enjoyed those movies. I really do. People still clown Tyler Perry for the movies. I get it. I understand it. But I am invested into these characters and see what happens. I'm very nervous about this movie may not being the one like Why Did I Get Married 2, right? Why Did I Get Married 2 was the one, right? I just hope Tyler Perry didn't slap this shit together and just called it a movie and it's filmed in 3 days and it's not really the best one, right? I'm a very, very hard critic when it comes down to movies. I hope this one comes from the heart. Hopefully this one is well written. Tyler Perry, I get it. He's on the mindset of getting quantity over quality. So it's not me shitting on Tyler Perry. It's just his movie style right now. And it's making money. So I'm not arguing with him. If it's making money for him, it's making money for him. But I just hope that this one just really hit home for the third one. But besides the point, we've got that movie that's getting ready to come out. A lot of great shows that I am catching. I did catch WWE's Unreal Season 3. Same old, right? They're just exposing a lot of things with WWE. They're exposing all the secrets. I hate to say that because my family did mention, because September next Sunday, I think, WWE is going to be in town for Sunday night's main event in State Farm Arena. And I just kind of fell out with WWE. I watch it because I'm still a fan, right? Because it's my childhood. But I gotta say, WWE is just not the same for me. It just doesn't hit home for me anymore. I don't know what it is. I just don't think it just really gets it to where it's very, exciting for me to watch nowadays. Like, I kind of get bored with it. I watch WWE Unreal on if I need something just to watch when I'm working on something, or if I'm eating dinner, I just need something to listen to. Sure, but that's it, right? That's pretty much it. That I don't really watch any more of it. So I kind of fell out with that, and I look forward to seeing the GTA 6 special look that's coming out, I think this week actually, which I'm going to watch it. I'm going to review it for the next episode because obviously today's Tuesday, it's not out yet. And then I'm going to talk about a segment about video games, PlayStation in the next segment, but I'm very excited to see what they do and see what they're going to show. Of course, the game is still scheduled to come out in November this year, so we'll see, right? Because Take-Two might say, yeah, we're delaying it till March of next year, right? Hopefully that's not the case, but we'll see. I'm just not one of those people where I'm going to pre-order a game that has so many delays, right? So, along with a lot of shows that I've been watching, there's this one show that I will continue to watch. And I had to get a Paramount subscription for it, right? Which I think my subscription might be ending soon with that. But there's this show on Paramount Plus called Lioness. And I think I talked about Lioness before, I think season 1 before on this show. So now we're on season 3 and the characters are still kicking ass, right? Zoe Saldana, her character is just spot on. Her acting is great, right? She, let me tell you, I'm not trying to be a pervert here on the show tonight, but Zoe Saldana's sexy, right? She is so sexy to me. And I think I like how badass she is in this movie, right? Or in the show, rather. And then you got Nicole Kidman. Nicole Kidman is kind of working with the Lioness program. She's like the big boss of the agency and working in tandem with the CIA. Michael Kelly is in this show as well. Again, Michael Kelly's always playing either a political show or playing like a FBI, CIA type of show. Michael Kelly's been in a lot of things. He's been in a lot of movies too. But the one show that I first saw him in, it was House of Cards, right? It was House of Cards with Kevin Spacey, and he played Chief of Staff, right? So I look forward to seeing all of these great characters come together when it comes down to it. Of course, you've got, and I'm going to refer to them as their actor names because their character names, I might butcher some of the names, and I remember the actor actual names. Of course, you got Genesis Rodriguez. Genesis Rodriguez is gorgeous, right? She's gorgeous. She's like the pilot that's also a badass. I could kick ass. She was the main star of season 2. And then you got Layla. I'm blanking out on her name. She was like the little stud muffin, right? She was the main focus. She was the main lioness in season 1. And Morgan Freeman's in this movie. I keep saying movie. I hope it's a show. He's in this show, and he's badass, right? He's just kind of like the espionage. He's the leader of it all. He's the big boss, and he's at his age, right? He is still acting his ass off. I can tell that he can still give us a couple more movies, a couple more shows. But basically, in season 3, Zoe Saldana's character, her family is affected, right? Because they go out. I think it was where were they at in the first episode? I think they went to Ukraine, and they were going to war in Ukraine, and that kind of hits home because that's what's going on in real life. And of course, they go home, but Zoe Saldana's character was made, so now they have Russians coming over to attack Zoe Saldana's character, the husband, and the 2 little girls. Right, so now the little girls, they have to go to another house, and they call it like a safe haven because their home is no longer safe. Right. Now, this is kind of a show where they're kind of flip-flopping back and forth because there is a moment where Zoe Saldana's character does get kidnapped, and now she has to fight and claw her way through this kidnapping until she gets found, right? So it's very, very interesting to see how this story unfolds. To see that Zoe Saldana, how far will she go as her character develops into season 3? How far will it go between Zoe Saldana's character and the husband, right? Because, now the husband's freaking out. He's a doctor. He don't know what to do. He can't protect the family because you got all of these mercenaries and Russian mercenaries coming to kidnap and kill the family. So it's just very, very interesting. Meanwhile, they have to work with CIA agents and a double agent as well. So I really like this show because of the acting. I like it because of the cinematography. And this show really hits home when it comes down to like a war sci-fi. I guess this is kind of a sci-fi hope, but war thriller type of show. I hope this show continues. I hope this really continues to great heights. I hope this show gives us a lot more from these characters. I do want to see more of this, like the side characters, like the soldiers and Zoe Saldana's buddies that are in her company. I hope we get to see more of their backstory. Right, but it's really good now. And LaMonica Garrett, he's been in a lot of good like FBI SWAT type of shows and movies, so he's still acting his ass off in this show as well. Of course, you got Layla and Genesis Rodriguez. Their characters, they're falling in love, right? They're 2 ladies that like each other. They love each other, and it's steamy. I'll say that. It's that their scenes are a bit steamy when it comes down to it, ladies and gentlemen. But I look forward to it. Lioness is available right now on Paramount. Season 3's here. I hope they do 4 and 5, right? But it just depends on how successful the show is. A lot of my friends, a lot of my family members do watch the show, so I look forward to more of the characters, right? And I'm trying to get back into House of Dragons. I kind of lost track. I did, y'all. I'm probably need to watch, like, they're probably on episode 8 right about now, because I've just been missing it every Sunday because I've been so busy. But there's a lot of shows that I'm watching right now, and there's going to be a lot of video games that I'm playing right now as I'm segueing to the next topic of conversation. And if you're just now joining us, this is Coffee Talk, powered and presented by Spotify. Coffee Talk in the evening, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, so let's talk about it real quick. Okay, so there's this thing that's going on right now, ladies and gentlemen. Now, I did mention there's going to be a lot of video games that, I'm playing right now. What I'm playing Lego Batman again because, I played it and then I stopped and then I played it over the weekend. I was like, damn, I forgot how fun this game was. Okay. So to my gamers, I get it. I understand the sadness of not being able to have physical games. Now, if you lived on a rock and you don't know, PlayStation has come out and said that they're no longer getting ready to build and create and have physical disc for their video games starting the year of 2028. And that's 2 years from now. Let me preface this by saying I understand it, right? I understand it. I understand that a lot of people enjoy physical media, right? I understand that a lot of people love collecting video games. Now, granted, it just depends on your living situation. It just depends on how you want it. Now, if you guys know, a few months back, I moved into a new house, and my new house entailed with a lot of stuff that I carried over that I had to get rid of. So I still have quite a few of my PlayStation 5 games that I bought physically, and a few of my Switch 2 and Switch 1 games that I bought previously. I'm on the other side because when I had a full collection of PS3 and Wii U games. I've sold them all to Quick Flips up there in Kentucky, right? Very, very good thing to do. Hey, shout out to Quick Flips and K.L.P and crew, because they gave me a good deal on my video games. Because let me tell you something. For me, as a gamer, and I'm a gamer, I will say that. I am a semi-hardcore gamer. Do I play video games every day? No, because I have to go to work, right? I'm not saying that to shit on gamers and say all gamers do is play video games every day. They don't go to work. That's not what I'm saying. I just have to work for a living. So I don't have time to sit down and play video games every day. And I will preface this to say, with my PlayStation 3 and Wii U collection that I had, it was better fitting that I sold it because I didn't want that collecting dust in my new house, right? I got rid of a lot of stuff when I moved because I had a lot of junk, right? So I'm on that side of the fence, right? And they gave me some good money, right? I bought a lot of good equipment, and I bought some podcast equipment from that, and I also bought an Xbox from that, right? So I'm on that side. But for my video game collectors, I understand it. I get your heartache. I get that this is the generation that we're going into, this new wave we're going into. Let me tell you something now. PlayStation, along with Nintendo, along with Xbox, they have to do what they got to do for money saving sakes and their shareholders, right? If you guys know, you know, I've got 2 business degrees, so I understand the business aspect of what they're doing. It sucks about what they're doing, yes, but they have to do it for their company to be sustainable, right? I will also preface this. PlayStation, this is the headlines. What's going on this week, a lot of PlayStation users and gamers, they are turning off their PlayStations and unplugging it. I think they started in mid of last week, and the strike is like a protest. It started last week, and it is going to end on the 30th of this month. So I think next Monday, if I got my days right. And everybody's spreading the word on social media about, hey, turn your PlayStation off, go on protest, go on strike. If we turn their PlayStation off, they're not making money. Players are not playing on their consoles. They're not buying the stuff. Yada, yada, yada. I am a firm believer of people doing something to what they believe. But I'm also going to say, hopefully I don't contradict myself here. PlayStation, and I'm a cuss because I like to cuss on the show. PlayStation does not give a flying fuck about you guys unplugging your PlayStations and not playing for a week. They don't care, right? Because guess what? Wolverine comes out next month. Now, granted, everybody's situation is a little different, right? A lot of people don't want to buy a license for a game. I pre-ordered Wolverine. I did, because I'm a big fan of Insomniac Games, right? And you shouldn't punish Insomniac Games and the people who made Wolverine because PlayStation decided to make a no-disc copy of it starting in 2028. I think Wolverine will be getting a physical copy of it, but you shouldn't punish the game studios and the people who work for these game studios because PlayStation has their set of rules, right? I pre-ordered Wolverine because I think Spider-Man 1 and 2 and the Miles Morales DLC was great. So it can only imagine that this game Wolverine is going to be a spectacle next month in 3 weeks. I didn't join the strike because this weekend I played Lego Batman, right? I think it just depends on everybody's preference, everybody's ideas, and everybody that choose to protest. And there's nothing wrong to protest. There's nothing wrong to strike. But I think there's a lot of PlayStation players that just doesn't care. And let me tell you something. I love video games. Don't get me wrong. If I had the studio to make a video game, I would. And to Hope and audience and producer, we ain't gonna never make video game. We gonna stick to movies and podcasts because that's just what we get at, and music. But people who are not unplugging their PlayStation and still playing these video games, is because they need the downtime. When I play video games, either Thursday night, Friday night, Saturday night, and a little bit of Sunday night, right? The downtime that we have from K.L.P Entertainment and the craziness I got going on, that's my downtime. So I don't care, right? I don't care. I don't care that I bought a digital game, and it's licensed, right? And if they decide to take it down, okay, that's my loss, right? It's rare that video games that you buy digitally, they shut down like that. It's rare. It does happen, yes, but it's rare, right? And at the end of the day, this is just my opinion. At the end of the day, ladies and gentlemen, it's just video games, right? That's not to say that I don't like, because I love video games. Don't get me wrong, but it's just video games. It doesn't matter at the end of the day, in my humble opinion, right? I think, and look, I understand if you guys think that unplugging your PlayStation and turning it off for a week is going to have them revert back to their decision, you are dead wrong, right? PlayStation doesn't care. Xbox, Microsoft doesn't care. And sure as hell, Nintendo doesn't care. Because they know that we know that they know that we're going to play Wolverine in 3 weeks. When GTA comes out in November, we're going to play that. Right? And I've seen it on TikTok too, because there's this TikToker, he's not okay with GTA 6. He's not going to buy the game. Okay, that's his prerogative, right? But Take-Two know that they're going to have 100 million copies sold already. Because of the pre-orders, right? They already sold $100 million in pre-orders. So they don't care. They know they already made their money, right? So it's good to have an opinion, right? It's very, very good to have that opinion when it comes down to it. But I just want people to understand that when you're boycotting something like this, you're testimonying on this, you're protesting this thing, you need, and it's very, very surprising that people are only doing it for a week, right? Let me tell you why people are doing it for a week. Because Wolverine's coming out, and that's a PlayStation exclusive, right? And after that, it'll be October. They got a couple of video games in October, but then November's here. GTA comes out, right? That's why people are only doing it for a week, and it'll be forgotten, right? And stand on your beliefs. Like I say, stand on your beliefs. If you believe it, stand on it. As a gamer myself, I'm going to continue to buy these games. Again, a lot of people, and that's not me bragging or not, you know, certain situations are different. I do think it's asinine that some of these games are $80, $90, right? But in my personal appearance, in my preference, I'm going to buy these games because, number one, I can, and number two, I like video games for the enjoyment, right? I get it. I understand it from the other side looking in, but I just think this protest that people are doing, these game companies, they don't care. The publishers do not care, right? I think people will start caring because PlayStation 6 is rumored to come out in the next 2 years. I don't think we're ready for that, but hey, it's your money. At the end of the day, you buy the video games you want to buy. Don't buy the video games you don't want to buy. It's your money at the end of the day. That is your prerogative. But if you're trying to get everybody to do the same thing for a week and it doesn't change, now what? Right? If you're going to protest something and it doesn't work or it doesn't go the way you want to the first week, now what? What's your next plan? Right? Because some of us, we're still playing video games. This weekend, I'm booting up my PlayStation. And I'm going to play some video games. Because why? That is my downtime from the office. So, I just, hey, I get it, but I don't get it. So hey, more power to you, right? Power to the players. Shout out to GameStop. They shutting them down. They shutting them stores down. They shut down a GameStop near our place. It's interesting. All right, so I'm gonna turn it over to, of course, myself again. I've got more to talk about, but I'm gonna switch it over to the audio because this has got to be more in depth. So here we go. The GTA 6 leaker has continued to release new gameplay clips and is even running a poll to decide which video to leak next, despite Rockstar parent company Take-Two's ongoing hunt for people responsible. A 10th leaked GTA 6 video was released last night, this time showing playing at night gameplay. There's no cutscene footage this time. The watermarks are the same as those on the previous video, advertising the CyberLeak token at the heart of the cryptocurrency scheme that is believed to be the motivating factor behind all this. Another watermark doubles down on the anti-all-digital future manifesto that formed part of the initial CyberLeak website. It reads, "They want to take your right to resell. The peaceful route got us nowhere. This was plotted by them for years. It is time to fight now or never." Meanwhile, CyberLeak has a new poll available on its website with a number of gameplay video choices people can vote on by sending tokens. People are currently spending hundreds of dollars worth of the token to vote. This poll ends today, August 24th, which suggests the leaker or leakers intend to continue to release gameplay videos, even in the face of Take-Two's subpoenas of Microsoft Discord and X/Twitter as part of the company's hunt for identifying information. We are now into the 6th consecutive day of CyberLeak releases in what has been one of the most remarkable video game leaks of all time. It is now just a few days until Rockstar's official GTA 6 reveal, exclusive to Netflix for 6 hours. The GTA 6 leaks have stretched into a 6th consecutive day as the person or group responsible shows no sign of slowing down even in the face of court action from Rockstar parent company Take-Two. The latest leak is the 9th GTA 6 gameplay video to emerge this week from the CyberLeak persona. It shows one of the two protagonists, Jason, driving to a gas station to cause havoc. There, he steals a pickup truck from a conspiracy theorist. The video ends with another brief look at the same cutscene shown in the gameplay videos that were leaked yesterday. And as with all the leaked GTA 6 videos, this gas clip advertises the CyberLeak token at the heart of the cryptocurrency scheme that is believed to be the motivating factor behind all this. A new watermark doubles down on the anti-all-digital future manifesto that formed part of the initial CyberLeak website. It reads, "They want to take your right to resell. The peaceful route got us nowhere. This was plotted by them for years. It is time to fight now or never." In other related news, Take-Two lawyers have issued a subpoena to X/Twitter to identify the person or persons behind 3 accounts that contain CyberLeak within them. This subpoena follows 2 filed earlier this week requesting information from Microsoft and Discord. The alleged GTA 6 leaker has released 2 further gameplay videos despite Rockstar owner Take-Two's subpoenas requesting identifying information from Microsoft and Discord. The CyberLeak person or group released 2 new videos today, August 22nd, one showing more supercar gameplay and an armed robbery, the other strip club gameplay. The latter appears to taunt Take-Two and Rockstar by showing a snippet of a cutscene in which a character says they need to take a leak. This is the second cutscene to emerge this week, and there is growing concern that the leaker has access to a build of the game and may post significant story spoilers. These new videos are the 7th and 8th to leak this week, and like all the others, they advertise the CyberLeak meme coin as part of what is widely considered to be a crypto scheme. On August 20th, Take-Two issued Digital Millennium Copyright Act, DMCA, subpoenas in a federal court requesting information from both Microsoft and Discord as part of his hunt for the leaker or leakers behind the recent spate of GTA 6 gameplay videos. Take-Two, once identifying information associated with user accounts that were members of a number of Discord servers, including one relating to Australian GTA content creator Matthew Matt Judge, aka Dark Viper AU. Judge has denied any wrongdoing. Meanwhile, Take-Two issued GitHub with a DMCA takedown notice on Wednesday, August 19, saying the infringer is sharing the stolen content from our copyright. The takedown notice added, the entire repository must be completely disabled. There are no remedies to rectify this clear case of infringement. Via the subpoenas, Take-Two wants to identify those responsible for posting the leaks on GitHub, as well as all internal Microsoft business records and investigative records associated with Microsoft's internal investigation of the CyberLeak persona, sufficient to identify the user as persons as and/or entity IEs associated with that persona.
Okay, so get this. The Witcher 3 is not only getting a remaster, but CD Projekt is making it a free upgrade for existing owners. That's like giving fans a golden ticket back into one of the most iconic RPGs of all time.
That's exactly what I was thinking. It's such a bold move, especially when so many companies are charging for remasters these days, and with the release date set for September 29th, 2026, it's not far off at all.
Right. And it's not just the remaster. They're also dropping a brand new expansion, Songs of the Past, in 2027. Geralt is back, and I couldn't be more excited to see where they take his story next.
What really stood out to me was how they're making the previous expansions free right now. It's like they're saying, here's a little something to tide you over while you wait.
Exactly, and it's such a smart way to re-engage fans who might have stepped away from the game. Plus, it's a great way to introduce new players to the world of The Witcher before the remaster drops.
Speaking of re-engaging fans, did you see the trailer for Final Fantasy VII Revelation? That was a showstopper.
Oh, absolutely. The weapons emerging to wreak havoc, the new summon Typhon, and the fit system. It's all so epic. I love how they're blending nostalgia with fresh mechanics.
And the fit system is such a cool addition, giving characters outfits that evoke classic Final Fantasy jobs while also enhancing their abilities. That's a brilliant way to add depth to the gameplay.
Totally. And those late game battles with the weapons, they're gonna be brutal but so rewarding. It's the perfect way to cap off the remake trilogy.
Spring 2027 can't come soon enough, but while we're on the topic of surprises, how about the sudden drop of Crimson Desert Enhanced?
That was such a cool move. The 2.0 update adds new story moments and cutscenes, and it's honestly the perfect excuse to dive back into that world.
I love when games do that, just drop something unexpectedly. It keeps things fresh and exciting.
Totally. And then there's Terrae, the Unbound. That Eastern dark fantasy vibe, stunning. The narration, the visuals, the gameplay, it all feels so cinematic.
And those boss encounters, they look intense. It's shaping up to be one of those games that really challenges you in the best way possible.
Speaking of challenges, the Defiant looks like it's going to be a unique take on the World War II genre, focusing on China's war of resistance against Japan. That's a story we don't often see in games.
Exactly. And the fact that it's built in Unreal Engine 5 means it's going to look incredible. I'm really curious to see how they handle the tactical combat.
Same here. And then there's Roko Kingdom. It's already a massive hit in China, and now it's going global. I can see it becoming the next big thing in the creature collector genre.
Definitely. It's like Pokemon, but with its own unique flair. And the fact that it's coming to so many platforms means everyone will get a chance to play it.
And then There Are No Ghosts at the Grand, a musical mystery game where you inherit a crumbling English hotel. That's such a quirky premise.
I love the idea of battling ghosts alongside a sardonic cat and a talking power tool. It's so out there, but it works.
And if we're talking quirky, we have to mention Zoo Punk, a Metroidvania game with an action rabbit. Sign me up.
Right? It's like every time you think you've seen it all, a game like Zoo Punk comes along and surprises you.
Speaking of surprises, Pony Island 2 Panda Circus has to be one of the most bizarre trailers I've ever seen.
Oh, for sure. But that's part of its charm. It's weird, it's wild, and I can't wait to see what it's all about when it drops in 2027.
And then there's Ontos, the new game from the developers of Amnesia. Stellan Skarsgård starring in a horror game. That's going to be intense.
Absolutely. And the fact that there are lots of rats in it, that just adds to the creep factor.
Speaking of creepy, Silent Hill Townfall looks like it's going to be another masterpiece in the horror genre. The cast alone, Giovanna Depo, Terry O'Quinn, Keeza Burrows, it's stacked.
And the trailer, so unsettling. It's exactly what you'd want from a Silent Hill game.
Totally. But let's shift gears for a moment. Crazy Taxi World Tour is back.
Yes. The multiplayer modes look like so much fun, and seeing fan favorites like Gina, BD Joe, and Gus again is so nostalgic.
And then there's Lego Skylines, a cozy city builder with Lego. That's going to be such a hit.
Absolutely. It's like the perfect blend of creativity and strategy.
And we can't forget Metro 2039. That trailer was hauntingly beautiful.
It really was. The stranger seems like such an intriguing protagonist, and the gameplay looks like it's going to be a mix of stealth and action.
And then there's Warlock, Dungeons and Dragons. The magic system alone has me hooked.
Same here, and the fact that Tricia Helfer's voicing the main character, that's just icing on the cake.
And then there's Exodus, a Mass Effect style game with an octopus mercenary. I'm sold.
Right? Salt looks like such a fun character, and the universe they're building seems so rich.
And we haven't even mentioned Game of Thrones, War for Westeros. Seeing Jon Snow in a real-time strategy game, that's going to be epic.
Totally. And then there's PUBG.net, a darker character-driven take on the PUBG franchise. I'm intrigued.
And then there's Rayman Legends Retold, bringing back the charm of the original with 3D visuals and a new story. Perfect.
And Mega Man Dual Override. I love that they're keeping the Mega Man legacy alive.
And then there's Tides of Annihilation. The trailer was so emotional.
It really was. Gwendolyn's journey looks like it's going to be both heartbreaking and empowering.
And then there's Crimson Desert Enhanced. The 2.0 update is the perfect excuse to dive back in.
Absolutely. And then there's Ananta, Anime GTA, yes please.
And then there's Gears of War, E-Day. The new trailer was so intense.
It really was. And then there's Rainbow Six Tactics, a turn-based tactical game in the Rainbow Six universe. That's such a cool idea.
And then there's Notice Fall from Hoyoverse, a Monster Hunter / Elden Ring style game. I'm intrigued.
And then there's Dust Origins. The sci-fi vibes are so cool.
And then there's Petty Planet, a cozy life sim where you get your own planet. That's adorable.
And then there's Afterworld, a grand strategy game set in a post-apocalyptic America. Sign me up.
And then there's Ion 2. The fact that they're doing a launch scale test shows how serious they are about getting it right.
And then there's Snoop Dogg and Hitman. I mean, what more can you say?
It's just so random, but so perfect.
And that's just scratching the surface. There's so much to look forward to.
Absolutely. It's a great time to be a gamer.
Couldn't agree more.
And ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, that will wrap up our podcast here today. Coffee Talk in the evening. We love you guys so very much. I am so thankful for our fan base. You guys make this show possible. And to everybody, of course, Marcus and Emma that are part of the show, as well as Hope being our producer. Thank y'all so much. I love y'all so much. And of course, we look forward to the next episode for Coffee Talk in the evening, powered and presented by Spotify. Everybody enjoy your Tuesday. Have a great week. We'll see you guys on the next episode. Until then, stay swanky, stay safe. Peace.
We bring in This has been Coffee Talk, presented by Spotify. From our cast, we thank you for listening.
Yeah.